Good morning, student. We are talking about the fifth lesson of history, which is India's social and religious reforms. Here we are talking about the contribution of the Indian social reformers who emerged from the first generation of Indians and who studied under the new educational system introduced by British. Till now, we had discussed about the different social reformers of India like Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, Jyotirao Phule, Dr. R. G. Bhandarkar, Savitribai Phule, Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Swami Vivekananda, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, Maharshi Shinde, Ramaswamy Nair, Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay. Now we are going to move towards the last point of our lesson, which is 5.5, contribution of the rulers of princely state in India. In this point, we are going to talk about the India's Maharaja who had contributed themselves for the social work because they wanted to see progressed developed India. And from that first great personality of India we are going to talk about, that is Maharaja Sayaji Rao Gaikwad. Maharaja Sayaji Rao Gaikwad was the Maharaja of Baroda state from 1875 to 1939, who born on 11th March 1863 and died on 6th February 1939. And he is remembered for reforming much of his state during his rule. He belonged to the royal Gaikwad dynasty of Marathas which ruled parts of present-day Gujarat. On assuming the reign of government, some of his first tasks included education of his subjects, uplifting of the downtrodden, and judicial, agricultural, and social reforms. He played a key role in the development of Baroda's textile industry, and his educational and social reforms included, among others, a ban on child marriage, legislation of divorce, removal of untouchability, spread of education, development of Sanskrit, ideological studies, and religious education, as well as the encouragement of the fine arts. His economic development initiative included the establishment of a railroad and the founding in 1908 of the Bank of Baroda, which still exists, is one of the India's leading bank with numerous operations abroad in support of the Gujarati diaspora. Fully aware of the fact that he was a Maratha ruler of Gujarat, he identified himself with the people and shaped their cosmopolitan attitude and progressive reformist zeal. His rich library became the nucleus of today's Central Library of Baroda, with a network of libraries in all the towns and villages in his state. He was the first Indian ruler to introduce in 1906 compulsory and free primary education in his state, placing his territory far in advance of contemporary British India. Maharaja Sayaji Rao Gaikwad went much beyond not following protocol at the British Darbar. In fact, it is civil and social work that deserve praise. having ascended the throne at a time when openly opposing the British was not much of an option for the ruler of a small princely state. He turned to the betterment of his subjects. Schools, colleges, and museums were opened and water supply improved. Social reforms were carried out and universal education up to the primary level was provided for free. He can very well be called the creator of modern Baroda. It was a time when a girl going to school was something of a miracle. But Sayajirao Gaikwad had managed to open 8 schools for girls and a training college for lady teachers as early as 1881. Students starting in 1893, he introduced free and compulsory primary education. By 1906, it covered his whole state. He was the first Indian ruler to embark on such an impressive mission, a target which independent India could not achieve until the Right to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009 was enacted. In 2010, a public library had come up in Baroda to supplement the new push towards education. But the Maharaja did not stop merely at sending boys and girls to school. Colleges offering a plethora of subjects, including technical ones, were opened under his rule, leading ultimately to the creation of the university which still bears his name, the Maharaja Sayajirao University of Baroda. The ruler of Baroda also turned his attention to the caste prejudices in Baroda. In 1925, a banquet was organized as Lakshmi Vilas Palace in Baroda, where men of all castes ate together. The same year, he opened the gates of the temple at Amreli to the Dalit. The Maharaja opened hundreds of schools for Dalit as well as encouraged their admission to regular schools. Great strides were made in areas of intercaste marriages and widow remarriages as well as through legislation, act and law. He also separated the power of the judiciary and the executive, something taken as a given today but was a path-breaking reform a century ago. Maharaja Sayajirao Gayakwad made provision of free schooling and free hostels for the students from the untouchables class. He also encouraged women for the education and he opened a center of physical training of women. He started various social programs like community feast for all the caste, Sahabhojan, Gram Panchayat in every village, literate Gram Panchayat members, library in every village, compulsory primary education, compulsory primary education, compulsory physical training for boys and girls, and as well as he banned on child marriages and widow marriages. Not only this, but he also provided courses based on agro industries for students from farmer families. He passed a resolution for assuring a share in the ancestral property to married as well as widowed women. And student, last one great personality is Chhatrapati Rajashri Shahu Maharaj. Whenever we go to Kolhapur, so that time always it reminds us the great Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj and his work. So he is very popularly known as Chhatrapati Shahu Maharaj, Rajashri Shahu Maharaj. Shahu of Kolhapur was the Chhatrapati and Marathi social reformer of the Kolhapur state from 1894 to 1922. During the British rule, the Shahu Maharaj worked tirelessly to bring justice to the common people and to the overall social upliftment of the Bahujan Samaj, accelerating social change. Despite the opposition of the Sanatani class, he played an important role in the development of the Dalit, that is, untouchable and backward classes. Shahu Maharaj was born on 26 June 1874 in the Ghatke family of Kagal. His original name was Yashwant. His father's name was Jai Singh Rao and his mother's name was Radhabai. After the death of Shivaji Maharaj, 4th King of Kolhapur, his wife Anandibai adopted Yashwanta Rao on 17 March 1884, naming him Shahu. He was the greatest king of that time, Maharaja of Kolhapur. His personality was very attractive. He had solid body, yet he was simple and ground to earth king. Shahu Maharaj was so close to his fellow people. He was influenced by the two great freedom fighters, Mahatma Jyotiba Phule and Agarkar. He was not only king, he was a social reformer. In his work, the influence of modernity and foresight is always seen. From the coronation to the present state of affairs and social affairs, Maharaja made many bold decisions and brought them to. Shahu Maharaj laid special emphasis on spreading education in the Bahujan Samaj. He made primary education compulsory and free in Kolhapur. He issued a royal decree to spread women's education. In 1990, with a view to eradicating untouchability, eradicating means to remove, he abolished the practice of setting up separate school for upper caste and untouchables. To eliminate caste discrimination, he enacted a law recognizing interracial marriage in his state. In 1970, he passed the Remarriage Act which legalized widowhood. He established the Deccan Rayat Association at Nipani in 1916 to involve the Bahujan Samaj in political decision making process. During the famine of 1896 and the ensuing plague, he was put to the test and completely overcome. The people feel that there is no such thing as becoming a king in his view of drought, distribution of food, cheap grain shop, establishment of destitute ashrams. He was instrumental in establishing Shahu Chhatrapati spinning and weaving mill, Shahupuri Trade Center, Farmers Cooperative Society, King Edward Agriculture Institute for Agriculture Technology Research in Kolhapur. He is Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar was assisted for his education as well as for the Mukanayak newspaper. He encouraged artists like the painter Rahman by giving them royal patronage. Patronage means a fund So he used to give fund to new artists for the encouragement. Shahu Maharaj was given the title Rajashri by the Kurmi Kshatriya community of Kanpur. Many years before independence, Shahu Maharaj implemented the principles of equality, brotherhood, secularism, equal opportunity for development for all. That is why he is glorified as Maharaj all over the country. Shahu worked to give rights and justice to the people of Rayat and the neglected community. Throughout his life works, he exercised his power to ensure justice and rights for the masses in the society, which is why he became a public welfare ruler. Maharaja ruled for about 28 years. The Shahu Maharaj were passionate about the education of the Bahujans. So Kolhapur enacted the law of compulsory free education. He also set up schools in villages with a population of 500 to 1000. Parents who do not send their children to school will be charged ₹1 per month, made a legal provision to levy fines. He made primary education compulsory and free. Shahu Maharaj decided to make the untouchables self-reliant with the aim of improving the economic condition of the untouchables. It encouraged the untouchables to run their own business, set up shops and hotels, and offered financial assistance. Encourage untouchables to run their own business by providing a sewing machines. He started sewing clothes from the palace. Gangadhar Kamble removed the man from a tea shop in Kolhapur. In order to give prestige to the untouchables in the society, he confirmed the titles of Mahar Palwan to Palwan Chambar, Sardar Abhang to Pandit, appointed untouchable educated youth as Talati, with a view to eradicating untouchability. The practice of filling separate school for the untouchables was discontinued in 1990. He also implemented Patil School, vocational school, technical and skill teaching schools for the betterment of the village. Shahu Maharaj supported Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar leadership while leading the non-Brahminical movement. He made a public declaration of reservation and passed a resolution for free and compulsory primary education. He also very strongly opposed the customs of roti bandi, means restrictions on eating together, as well as restrictions on intercaste marriage, that is beti bandi, and Vyavsay Bandi, restrictions on practicing occupation other than ancestral occupation of one caste. So he opposed Roti Bandi, Beti Bandi as well as Vyavsay Bandi. He made a law for intercaste marriage. People in his state were permitted to choose any occupation. So student, all these social reformers created a positive picture for the future of our great India. It was necessary to build a society with a firm intellectual and rational base for obtaining freedom from the British rule. So here we have finished with the lesson. Student, in the next lesson we are going to learn about the freedom movement of Indians. Here we have finished with the 5th lesson. Okay. In tomorrow's session we are going to discuss. If you have any query, any doubt related to chapter number 5. Thank you and have a nice day.